Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. We're in the system of Jita. We're going to be doing some more T4 Dark Abyss running in the Sacrilege. The fit I've got running right now is actually working really decently. I've been doing some more testing apart from the ones I've been showing you, and it's actually gotten really well. I faced the Sancho wave, I faced the multi-Vedmak wave, all gone really well. Charybdis Tyrannos, I did get a wrecking shot in, and it was not so nice seeing half my armor just disappearing, just like that, but I was still able to get through Charybdis Tyrannos wave. Overall, it's been working really well, and I mean, it's not particularly expensive either. I mean, okay, yeah, 579 million ISK, but we're not using crazy bling. Like, look, we're using C-types right here. We're using this Polybolos, which is 10 million, Tech 2 here, Tech 2 Afterburner, Republic Fleet, and Tech 2 heavy assault missile launchers. Like, really, it's nothing crazy. And when it comes to implants, it's nothing crazy either. We're using 03 implants here. And to be honest, I don't even think you need these. Before I was showing you guys the run with boosters, this Crash Booster, Hard Shell, and Exile. The previous run I did, I was actually using it without boosters, and it actually went really well. So this round, we're going to be using no boosters as well, just to see how it feels without boosters. I mean, we could use them if we need to, but I don't think it will be the case. But either way, we're in Jita right here. It's not the most smart place to do abyss running, but I'm doing it here for convenience. You can see in local, you see this guy called Ironbank here. And I think he is some well-known trader or something. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's some very rich guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, gonna use the Raging Dark Filament and jump in. Now, the great thing about this fit here is that we're not using a crazy expensive fit. T4 gives decent amount of ISK, about 120 million ISK an hour, maybe even more, 150 million, depending on how quick you do this kind of stuff. And the filament cost is so little. It's 500,000 per filament, so it's really great. Okay, let's just see now. We've got Rage, we've got Cruise right here. Let's just go straight in. And we'll activate Reactive Arm Hardener. And go for these Entanglers, because these Entanglers are going to be not so nice. They're going to increase application of Charybdis Tyrannos. So we're just going to go straight in. And we will then start shooting soon, 25 kilometers. Alright. You can soon use the Webifier. It's going to improve application a lot. It's really great. These Webifiers really great. Look at that. You see the damage. It's just so great. I've got this Pulse Laser as well. Improves DPS a little bit more. Like we get that little extra DPS. Oh, we got a little bit of a hit right there from Charybdis. Go a little bit to the side right here. We can always, like, if we really need to, we can always go like perpendicular to Charybdis to increase like transversal or make transversal be a bit more optimal. But I don't think it's really needed right here. Charybdis is missing a lot, so it's alright. Okay, we've got another cruise over here. Go for this one. I'm using Scorch because this is like... The dark side is pretty bad range. Actually, we could probably use Conflagration considering this cruiser right here, Scylla Tyrannus, is just point blank orbiting us. We've got a 3 kilometer range, I think, yeah. Go for the drones on Ephialtes over here. Go for Bioadaptive Cache over here. We could not shoot just yet with our missiles. 25 kilometer range on these. But soon we can. That Pulse Laser is nice because we can get a little bit of extra DPS in taking out these caches as well. Only 4 million. Unfortunate. Not a good grab right there. Get a little bit closer because we're not really doing that much DPS when they're just so far away. Let's see now. Are there any tachyon clouds? No, good. Because that just makes everything so much more difficult. The dark side, they just fly away. Like, there's no tomorrow with the tachyon clouds. Your speed is already boosted up to quite a big degree, and it's being boosted up even more is oof. It's quite crazy. Okay, now for the Rage heavy assault missiles. Just go like point blank on this Ephialtes. We'll go point blank on this Charybdis. We'll use the dual Webifiers just to hold this guy in place so we don't have to move around too much. And you know what we'll do is we're actually going to push Charybdis Tyrannos towards the transfer conduit because Charybdis is quite far away right now. We might need to give a little bit of a push. And go here. Where is the transfer conduit? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Because Charybdis Tyrannos' default AI is just to keep range. So if we get behind Charybdis Tyrannos, it's going to go the opposite direction, and then it'll be going towards the transfer conduit. So we can sort of manipulate the movements of Charybdis Tyrannus to make us be in a more favorable position to get to the next room a bit more quickly. Oh, we should keep shooting. I stopped shooting right there. That was a bit annoying. I've got this thing in EVE Online right now that I have no sound. It's a bit strange, but I've pretty much got no sound in the game. It's very strange. I don't know if you guys ever had this issue, but I tend to quite often have problems with EVE Online sound. I think many people do. But right now I've got a thing where it's just like no sound at all. Move towards transfer conduit. That room was a bit slow, 5 minutes. It could go a bit quicker. We wasted a bit of time here having to go from that 50-kilometer range of Charybdis over there. Sometimes Charybdis Tyrannus can go like more towards the transfer conduit and then you get everything in range. It's really nice. Jump in. Yeah, that was pretty slow, 5.5 minutes. What do we have next here? Oh, we've got Damn Velvet Wave. Then that means it's time for Caldari Navy for good application. Is there short range deviant automata suppressor? We might want to go for that. Actually, no, we don't want to. The reason is because we've got just a few rogue drones. I was thinking maybe it could help a little bit with taking out the rogue drones, but there's only a few, so it'll just make us do less damage to these Damavics, who anyway will need to have a lot of damage because of the difficulty with applying to these guys. Actually, no, we're applying really good. Wow. That is some good application. Considering we've got a ghost as well, this guy makes it so that we apply worse too. And jewel webs are really great. Like, I was really, initially, when I was seeing back in the day when I started the Abyss, I saw people doing Sacrilege and Dark Sides, and I always saw them going for like dual web fits, and I never understood, like, why are you going for web fits? What's the obsession with 2 webs? Because I thought, oh, might as well have maybe target painter. You can use that all the time. You don't have to get really close. And I mean, maybe okay, 1 web, but why 2 webs? But really, the thing is that I underestimated how much of a big deal speed plays in application. It really makes you apply so much better, especially in these dark sides, because velocity is bonused by default. So you win so much by going for these Webifiers. It's really something that I underestimated so much. And definitely, if you've been always skeptical of the Dark Abyss, consider going for the Webifiers, because it really may change the whole game for me. It's been such a smooth ride. I've never really liked the Sacrilege because I felt like okay, if I'm going to use a different type of filament, I might as well use a Gila, like an electrical side. But the thing is, when it comes to having these webs, it just makes these heavy assault missiles apply so good. So now suddenly I'm just feeling like, oh, okay, now it's actually a pretty decent ship. And we have some decent tank as well. The main issue I have with the tank is the lack of slots, the lack of buffer. Like 2.8k HP is not that great. The Gila has naturally 4k HP of shields. So that has more HP in that regard. However, we've got more resists here, but the thing is, due to the lack of slots, we're not able to usually put that many modules to boost our resistances. I mean, we've only got 1 module improving our resists. It's this reactive armor hardener over here. But we get some, I mean, pretty solid resists when the reactive armor hardener spools up. It's still not the, like, we're only using 1 slot. It feels like we could be using more modules to boost our resistances. I would have loved the Sacrilege to have an extra low slot. That would have been perfect. I think it has to do with, it's got 4 mid slots for an armor based ship. I think that's a pretty high amount of mid slots. So I think that could be why the Sacrilege then had to have low mid slots just to sort of balance it out. But just really, I feel like it could have just used one more little low slot. It would have done such a big difference to this ship. It would have been more tanky or more DPS. DPS is already really good, even though we've only got 2 damage modules. But still, it would have been really like amazing if it had that extra low slot. This would be the absolute abyssal king if it had that 1 extra low slot, because you could just have so much more tank. So much more tank you could have. Okay, we'll move towards the cache over here, and we'll deploy our drones now, since we have now a bit of less targets on the grid going crazy on our drones. And we'll do the Webifiers maybe here so that our drones could apply a little bit. Let's see if they apply somewhat better. Let's see if they apply somewhat better now. Okay, they're starting to hit a little bit. Yeah, there we go. You see that? Okay, great. The Sacrilege, it uses a lot of different weapon types. You've got drones, you've got missiles, and you've got the gun. Like, there's multiple things you're using at the same time. Some ships, like the Zealot, for example, like it's basically only your beams or your pulse lasers. But here you got, instead of like the Zealot has 5 light drones, I never really see it as much like a big significant improvement to our DPS by using them. In some ways I just see it as a hindrance because I just will stress out about losing them. But when it comes to Sacrilege, you're carrying 5 medium drones. That is a lot more DPS than 5 light drones. And then also, right, it's not got any secondary weapon system. Here we've got a secondary weapon system of a heavy pulse laser. So it is a little extra we've got over there. Let's recall these drones. What's the speed of the drones? 4 kilometers a second, because dark sides makes everything go super speedy. Super speedy. Jump into the next gate. That took 5 minutes. I think a little bit over 5 minutes. But I have to consider that. I mean, it's a bunch of frigates. It's not going to be the easiest time applying to them. A bunch of sleeper cruisers. Okay. Have we got any good clouds? We've got Tachyon cloud over here, which is not a good thing. We've got a ton of neuters, which we need to be super careful for. So we're going to actually turn off one of these armor repairs preemptively, since we're anyway over-repping to quite a big degree. We'll go for this guy here. Sentinels, I think, knew harder than the null charges. Oh, I hope we don't actually get popped right here, because this is a serious newt wave right here. Gonna have to go for that Scorch. Yeah, look at that. Maybe we could pull some range, because this is crazy. This is really crazy. The amount of newts here is not going to be a good time for us. Thing is, if we pull too much range, we won't be able to attack or like apply too well. We'll pull range. We'll pull range. We need to pull range. This is crazy right here. Amount of newts is too much. Let's try to pull some range. Oh, we might die here actually. Let's go for these guys here, because this this could be dangerous, guys. This could be dangerous. I shouldn't have gone for the rage as well. Come on. I've stopped using that pulse laser because of the extra cap it uses. This is serious newts right here. Full newt wave, basically. There's only this one guy who's not a neuter. One thing with the Scyllas is that they are very easy to kill. So that's also a reason why I should go for them. And they seem to be able to get on top of us a lot easier than those Sentinels over there. And everything that's closest to us tends to neut us out a bit stronger. So that's something I'm just thinking about right here. Oh, wow. Okay. I think we might have this under control now, guys. Oh. We're not applying that well. Let's just go in. Let's just go in. You're going to have to... What's the optimal range? 50%. Okay, so we can, I think, shoot a little bit with the pulse lasers. We're just going to have to knock out this Sentinel real quick. Oof. I think that is probably one of the most difficult neuting waves of a sleeper cruiser wave you could possibly have. Because you really... like, everything was neuters, basically, apart from one. Even Triglavian waves, I think Triglavians can have stronger newts than this. But the thing is, with the Triglavians is that they'll be doing less DPS because they apply not so good in the dark side. And then also you'll kill them pretty fast as well because they've got low explosive resists. These guys just have omni damage right here. Okay, we survived that. Oh, that was intense right there. That was intense right there. Even though it went over very quickly, it could have ended very quick for us. And I just want to say, I have almost max skills. So this is like not something that, that would have been easy for anyone to get out of. I mean, I should have really thought about focusing on those Scylla Tyrannos guys first, because I didn't understand or didn't realize that they would have actually got so close to me so quickly, because I thought that they were all going to keep around the same range. If I had thought or knew that they were going to get really close really quickly, those Scylla Tyrannos guys, I would have probably had to switch to Caldari Navy and just blast them to pieces real quick, because they die very quickly. They have low HP. The Watchmen take a bit more time. They've got more tank. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I really seriously think I was gonna die there because my cap was so low. My cap was just so low. That's the thing with neuters, they neut much more effectively when you are close to them. So when I activated my Afterburner and pulled range from the Lucid Sentinels, they were neuting less when they were getting like a little bit further range. You can even check here in the logs. Where's the neuts? Grab this. Hardly any loot as well. We almost died. Okay, so Scylla Tyrannus, look, you see here, Lucid Sentinel is hardly doing anything because they are like out of range. Scylla Tyrannus seems to be doing almost all the neuting because they are very close most of the time. They were like just orbiting us 4 kilometers. We were keeping a relatively like somewhat lengthy range from Sentinels, like 10 kilometers, and then in the end like 15, 16, 20 kilometers. So you can see initially these guys are really close. And Scylla Tyrannus was on us all the time. Then I thought of, okay, I'm going to keep range from the Lucid Sentinels. Then you can see this is where I start to keep range, and the neuts are going down, the effectiveness even more down here. But Scylla Tyrannus was on us all the time because they're very fast, it seems. At least I think the Scylla Tyrannus, Scylla Tyrannus is faster than us. So that's how they were able to still keep up at full neuting effectiveness at 110 gigajoules all the time. So definitely I learned something here. If I were to ever encounter this kind of wave again, definitely focus the Scylla Tyrannus first because they can get close real quick, and that'll mean that their neuting will be a lot stronger. So we both all learned something new. Time was not the best, but it was also because I was talking here a little bit afterwards. Still though, I think that good lessons were learned here, and I also think that definitely the Sacrilege has very good potential for the T4 Dark. It's just that sometimes when you've not thought out every little exception, then maybe stuff can get a little bit hairy in the Abyss, but we learn new things. Alright, let's exit right here. Hopefully no one will pop us on the way out. Let's see. No one popped us. Okay, great. So that's it. Sacrilege T4 Abyss. Almost died to neuters. Luckily we survived. Got absolute crap loot of 16 million ISK. It can definitely be a lot better than that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.